Hey guys, hope you're doing fine. I just came back from a long, well deserved vacation. It was a tech detox vacation, which means that you don't use any technology, try to stay away from the phones, which is why, if any of you would have contacted me or commented on the YouTube channel, I would not have been able to see those. So, we just came in last night. I woke up, so I thought about making a video. So first of all, good news. I was able to get the nails removed, and this is my update. So one essential aspect of leg lengthening surgery, be it femurs or tibia, is that the final step in your journey, once you have healed properly, once you have lengthened properly, is that you must get the nails out. Not must, but it's recommended, primarily because it's not a good idea to have a foreign metallic object lodged into your body, lest it becomes rusty or leaks or something happens. And the second primary reason is the nails being magnetic, and it's not a good idea to have magnet in your legs in case you have to have an MRI. Here is a picture of the card that I was carrying around with me in case if I was ever unconscious and had to get an MRI, that people would know I can't because of my legs, the magnets in my legs. Okay, so for me, this was a long time coming. If you guys know, if you guys been following me, you know that I had a non-union complications, and we solved it by waiting and giving it some time. And the bone on my femurs started to form and start to get better. So it was an exciting moment when Dr. Asiag finally gave me okay to be able to get the nails removed for the nail removal surgery. So although I wanted to get the nails removed as soon as possible, I had so many questions. I was worried if my femurs would be able to bear my weight once nails are out, and would I end up breaking any bone, walking, hitting something, and how long the recovery time gonna be, and how many days I have to remain in Baltimore, and would I be on crutches or walker. So all of these questions were in my mind, and Dr. Asiag addressed all of those concerns, and it was in March that I met with Dr. Asiag's surgical scheduler. She was very nice and went over everything with me. I picked the earliest date possible, which was like 3 weeks after that. And she then worked with the financial team to get me all-inclusive quote. So that's right. You have to get a separate quote for the nail remover. The nail remover surgery is not included in the leg lengthening surgery, which is why you have to pay for it separately. The cost for me came out to be about $8,500. This included hotel, gas, food, medicine, anesthesia, which was paid directly to Napa, physician services, which is to remove the nail. Well, I ran out of space on my camera, so I took a break and got a new SD card. So sorry about that. Okay, so the cost for me came out to be about $8,500, and that included the hotel, gas, food, medicine, anesthesia. Anesthesia I paid directly to Napa, and then physician services, which was to remove the nails and screws, and then any post-op x-rays up to 90 days. And then finally the payment to outpatient surgery center. Now the cost was based on a rough plan that I created with the scheduler. The plan was I would come in, stay in a hotel the day before, and I'll get the surgery at the outpatient center, stay in Baltimore for 2 days post-surgery, and then go back to Ohio. Now the key word here being the outpatient center. So, for those of you who may not be familiar with the United States health system, the American health system, we have two settings of receiving care. One is called inpatient, another one is outpatient. Outpatient is like ambulatory, meaning if you go to like your PCP or your primary doctor, any office where you see a doctor, get the procedure done, and go home. That's outpatient. If you go to a hospital and if they admit you, that's inpatient, acute setting. And hospital is way more expensive than inpatient here. So the surgery could have been a lot higher if it was done in a hospital, meaning that if it was inpatient, then I would have paid probably $10,000 to $15,000 more. That is because if your surgery is done in a hospital, then you're charged what's known as a facility fee, and that facility fee can be very high. So I was very glad that I was able to get my nails removed in the outpatient settings, and paid the quote, got ready. We arrived in Baltimore the night before. We checked into the hotel. I was cautiously nervous. My surgery was scheduled to be 8 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up early and my wife took me to the center at 7:30. Now, we stayed in the hotel at Owing Mills. We always stay at home to Owing Mills, and the surgery center is like right near, like maybe 5 minutes, barely 5 minutes from the hotel. So she took me to the center at 7:30 in the morning. The surgery center was like empty, basically. The first step was check-in. It was empty and no waiting. They made me sign some documents, and a nurse came out to get me for the pre-op. And on my way to pre-op, they gave me a locker, and they gave me that locker to put my things in, like wallet and other stuff. And I was given a patient gown to wear, and I went to the bathroom and changed. Next was the actual pre-op assessment, which included vital sign measurements and verification of my medical history. IV was also started at this point. After pre-op, I was taken to a private waiting area. It had a very nice lazy boy recliner, and I sat there, and Dr. Asiag and other OR teams stopped by, and each one of them explained to me what to expect, and they verified my information. And as soon as OR was ready, I was called in. The surgery staff got me ready and attached the patient monitoring, cardiac monitoring cables to me. Anesthesia was delivered, and off I went to the La La Land, and surgery was started. The surgery took approximately hour and a half, and I woke up. They kept me around for about 30 minutes in the observation unit. My wife picked me up. Apparently, I was craving Chick-fil-A. All of this is kind of hazy. I don't remember this, but we bought Chick-fil-A. I made all the videos, so that's why I remember that. And we went back to the hotel. I slept most of the day, and later in the evening, my appetite came back.
Hey guys, I took a nap for about an hour. Just woke up, wanted to check in, just so that I don't forget recording the experience, how it feels. The pain is bearable. It's more soreness. I'm guessing I still have the pain medication in me, so it hasn't worn off yet. And it's just that when I move, that's when it hurts. I'm all bandaged up. Let's see. The main soreness is right here at the site where they take the screws, or they would have taken the screws out and the nails out. I'm still kind of doozy, so once I'm probably gonna sleep again. Once I wake up, I'm gonna make another video. Alright, talk to you later.
And 2 days later, we drove back to Ohio with no problem. The only complication that I feel like at this point happened, I wouldn't say complication, but I was a little bit scared because I was sitting so much on the bed in the hospital, in the hotel. I think I was pinching or stretching one of my stitches, which is why it started to bleed. But we contacted Dr. Asiag, and he was monitoring me as well. And he told me if the bandages are not leaking or not filling up, nothing to worry about. And he was right. And the bleeding stopped, and we were good. So 2 days later, we drove back to Ohio without any problem. If you didn't know me, if you didn't know where I was coming from, you wouldn't be able to tell that I just had a surgery. Meaning, when we were stopping in the rest area or any other place, I was not limping. I was not in pain. It was fine. And I had a follow-up about 1.5 weeks later after the surgery. The x-rays came out great. Dr. Asiag confirmed everything looked good. And that was and told me that was the end of leg lengthening. It was a bittersweet moment coming out of the building thinking I would not be coming back here. Now, don't get me wrong, I was extremely relieved that my journey's over, the rods are out, and I can just move on with my life. But throughout your journey, you start to make friends. You have a routine. Whenever I go to Baltimore, I kind of feel like I am going to be seeing Dr. Asiag. I think in one of my previous videos, I mentioned that he's like a friend to me. So, which is why it was kind of like a bittersweet moment coming out of that building. I came back to the hotel later that night. I started to exercise. And in the end, I would say the overall procedure was a success. One of the great things about this procedure is that I will be getting my nails back, meaning I will get it. I'm going to make a video and show it to you guys on which part elongates, what happens, what it looks like. It's kind of weird to feel like I'm going to have a device with me in my hand that used to be in my body at one time. So I'm going to make a next video as they on how they look, and a lot of other topics that I've been thinking when I was on vacation on to tell you guys. And I'm going to make separate videos for those as well to give you as much information as possible. I do understand. I still remember when I had not had the surgery, how important this topic, this goal or bucket list was for me. Height was constantly something that I used to think. I joke sometimes I basically had no life. And it is true because if you ask me to show you photos pre-surgery, I don't know. I mean, I don't have that many photos before surgery. But then if you ask me, what have you done after surgery? And man, I can tell you like every single month I've done something. Traveled, started exercise, ate healthy, make tons and tons of friends. I got 3 promotions after that. And I got my new office in my C-suite. Travel a lot. So it at the end of the day, this surgery truly have made a difference in my life. So those of you who are still kind of on the fence and are thinking, I wish you luck and hope that you eventually make a decision going for the surgery or not for the surgery. And then those of you who are just waiting for the technology to improve or the prices to come down, I hope that you guys get your chance as well. I do think that we will see some improvement in costs as eventually, if the surgery gets approved as an outpatient surgery, I think then the cost will improve. But that has yet to be seen. So a lot of success to you guys. Take care. And then until next time, I'll try to make a video pretty soon here in the next couple of days. So stay tuned. Take care. Again, apologies if I have not responded to you guys in time. I can assure you that sooner or later I do read each comment. So if I replied to you late, I apologize. Thank you so much and take care. Bye.